Hello. Welcome, everybody, back to day two of the CCL playoffs. We've got a big match coming for you. It's a special occasion. That's why I dressed up for it.
That's right, me too.
But we've got the number one team right now, SLU, versus number four, GMU. Now,
Yeah,
this
two
is.
teams very familiar with each other.
Mhm.
They've played, at LAN. They've played online this year. SLU's got the best of them, but GMU has had a long time to prep for them. Hopefully they have something in their bag, something they've prepared that can throw them off. But SLU's been looking as dominant as any team we've seen in CCL this entire year.
SLU going undefeated in the season, 8-0. But this is a rematch of another match from the Wake Forest LAN. It was actually the grand finals of the LAN, SLU versus GMU. So, honestly, I know people are probably expecting SLU is going to take this, but I know GMU is not going to let them do it easily. They're going to put up their best fight that they can.
Yeah, when you've played a team a few times, they've already got the best of you. You got to try something different. If you're playing exactly the same every time, the same result's going to happen. SLU is not going to randomly get way worse. They've been a dominant team. They were tier one last year. They're tier one this whole year, obviously, in even more dominant fashion with having never lost a game. So I'm sure GMU has been prepping for this. They knew that once they got through the winner's side, they were going to face SLU at some point if they were going to have a championship run. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of trick they might pull out of their hat. And yeah, it should be a good game.
All right, so now moving on to the maps. So here we've got SLU picking Atlas Labs first, followed by Tycho Temple picked by GMU, and then the leftover is going to be Oni Village. All three maps I'm a fan of. I love watching these three maps. They're a lot of fun. And I know specifically both teams are pretty good on all of these maps.
Yeah, they're pretty standard maps, ones that you play a lot, and I think both teams will be fairly confident on them. I think they can make for some really long rounds, some great rallies, and so I hope we find that here. And GMU will just hope to see a few of the bounces go their way.
Yep.
And yeah, we're gonna be starting on Atlab. It'll be interesting. I don't think SLU tends to go heavy brawler; they're more core control. But with Atlab, with that black hole damage, it could make for some interesting KOs. Although yesterday, what we saw on stream, SLU was playing very standard team comps for what they've done. You had Coin on the Drakkar, you had Zoro on the Kai every single time. So
yeah, and definitely, I think if GMU is able to take this to Game 3, you take it to that Oni Village, that's going to be an insane game because Oni Village is a little bit infamous for really long games, really long rounds, just back and forth between each team. So if this match, I have a feeling if GMU, steps up, they take it to that round. This might take a while.
yeah, especially with goalies like Spartan and Zoro, they're not gonna let anything easy in, and you can have those extremely long rounds, especially on Oni if we can get there. GMU is just gonna be thinking they just need to find a way to get to that third map, see what they can do. As we're about to load in here and get started.
All right. Into the first match, starting. Oh, Awakenings are coming. Just give it a second.
Pretty interesting for SLU. You see either their midfield or their forward play Drakkar all the time. It's a really popular pick for them. I wouldn't expect it to be banned, but Coin has just been ravaging this whole season on that pick. And you see the Octavia ban, which might mean something in the Awakenings.
Yep. But Juno ban, kind of expected. GMU, even though Wiggly has said they don't play Juno much anymore, they still are very much a threat on that Juno pick. And if the starting Awakening is anything like Hotshot, then they definitely don't want to take that risk.
Yeah, it looks like you're gonna have, I assume, Spartan on the Dubu this time. He had been talking about how he's sort of fallen back into favor with loving that pick, and he's going with the momentum boots as well. So a little bit, not quite, not quite the glass cannon, but a little bit of half ice skates Dubu there.
So we do have Sparks for start and Cast to last. Juno ban kind of makes sense there. Now we are actually into the start of the match.
Juno would have been tough.
It would have been. Once again, SLU putting on a very dominant show of aggression, just locking it down to that corner, making Spartan have very little they can do, pointing the second barrier with a really good primary.
Yeah, Coin playing that Rasmus, I don't believe he got a chance to do that yesterday, but on a map like this, and you just create those barrier opportunities that you're never expecting as a goalie, is they get a quick 2 here.
Straight through the top corner.
Yeah,
GMU showed
Coin there, just throwing off Spartan with the stuns, with the hooks. Just really tough, and GMU was never really able to get into the rhythm that they wanted.
Yep. They almost did at one point. There's one little section they got that first barrier. They were on the offense, but SLU was able to just kind of take that ball away from them and turn it back around. Once again, they've got it in this
you
corner.
really just need to find a way to make Zoro uncomfortable, because he's the best in the business. We've known that all year. And if he's comfortable, if you're not making him sweat it, he's never going to let those easy ones in. And you see him comfortable here enough to push up past the midfield line.
Yep. I always love to see just the hyper-aggressive goalie plays, because you don't see them very often, but they're always flashy, always a lot of fun. And Zoro, like you said, does it better than anyone in the league currently.
Yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence that Soren and Zoro are, possibly the 2 best goalies in the league, and they both love to play that aggressive play style. And it makes it hard on. Spartan's one of the best melee goalie players in the game, but they're just so on the back foot here.
Doesn't matter. There was a lot of passing in that little tight triangle down in the bottom right. I didn't see who got knocked out. I think it was Trademark, but just caught up in the back and forth. Vega was able to secure that kill, but it just doesn't matter. So we're now 2-0 in this first set.
Yeah, looking like what we expected. SLU just coming out of the gate, being dominant, but GMU creating a little bit of offense here. One of the best opportunities they've had, and they can steal around.
First time GMU is up to nothing in terms of barriers. They do lose one there, unfortunately. They were doing a lot better.
Trying to clear it ahead. Not going to let Zoro push up like he wants to, although he does have the flip, so he has the security net to be able to push up a little bit. Uses it there, but doesn't get it much. Pass it down to Wiggly. Passes it off the black hole. They're being patient here, making sure they don't have a turnover here. Although Vega is low, so it's difficult to get the core up to him without something like that happening.
Being unstaggered
Tough
now.
Missed flip from Wiggly. Not able to get the chance as we head to overtime here, but Spartan still holding that last barrier down.
Wiggly's doing a great job of just backing up Spartan, covering the options that they can't. This, speed boost. And there goes Vega. In this past round, they have just been really shutting down Vega, just leaving GMU completely on the back foot here.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great start to the round by GMU. They were never quite able to convert, but they did survive the power play there. They're still alive. GMU's trying to set his forward. Sorry, Spartan's trying to set his forwards up, and Vega puts it in the corner after the hook.
We'll salute from Zoro.
I think that was exactly what you want if you're GMU that round. They were in control for most of it. They even survived a KO and a power play from SLU, which is, not something you see SLU fail to convert a lot of times. So, I mean, a great little momentum shift from GMU, but right as I say that, 2 easy barriers.
Straight through. Caster curse, but
yeah.
First set does go to SLU, but kind of as expected, even though SLU is definitely the dominant force here, GMU is still putting up a very strong fight. Specifically, I'm seeing a lot of great defensive plays coming out from Wiggly and Spartan. Just really able to just hold off the relentless onslaught from SLU for an impressive amount of time, but they just can't find a way to make it stop, and it does eventually get through.
Yeah, Vega's been getting taken out of a few of these rounds, so if they can find some survivability on here, perhaps the build different will help there. If Vega can be in a little bit more of these rounds, get more offensive opportunities, that could be the way that GMU finds themselves back in the game.
Really good hook from Coin, getting that bottom barrier. That's another thing that I've noticed SLU is really good with, is they're really good at passing backwards to Zoro. A lot of people are really nervous to, pass to the goalie because, you want to send the ball to the enemy's side, not your side. But SLU is really good at utilizing Zoro as a full third player, just giving them even more options for clearing, even more control of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. You see both Rasmuses here have been getting nearly all of the barriers during nearly all of the goals. It's really just about which team can set theirs up in better situations to succeed. Because, with Rasmus on this map with all that space to use, it's just so hard to defend. And GMU, as I say that, has a power play here, and we'll see what Vega can do on this last barrier.
Great offense.
As I say that, he finds it. GMU with a chance to take the lead in this second set here. They have the goal open. Core is moving fast as we hit overtime here.
Core foot coming from Zoro, straight up to the top, hits the angle. Oh, and the now ability, just sending it right past the doo-doo log.
Great job from Zoro there. It's hard to keep your eyes both ahead to see that angle that you can find the barrier in the corner while also playing defense. But that's why Zoro's one of the best.
Yep.
He puts it into the corner, gets the barrier, and sets up the goal for trade.
Bit of a slow ball right now. Once again, GMU putting up a pretty good defense, allowing them to work it into that top corner.
Yeah, GMU's found a lot of chances for themselves as compared to the first couple of points. But they haven't been able to quite convert. They get another goal open here, and we'll see if they can find a point on the board. It's a great flip from Spartan, much like Zoro in the last round.
And I have noticed one thing SLU is that their overall team formation and positioning has barely ever broken. They're almost always in that triangle, giving each other just opportunities to pass. But see right there, you can see that perfect triangle. You got Vega on top, Wiggly on the bottom, covering almost every option, putting on that offense, scoring the goal.
Yeah. Great job by GMU. I really like what I've seen out of their offense. They're doing a great job passing and keeping pressure on, which is not easy to do with SLU. They're so good at cutting passes, being in the right spot at the right time. Tough flip there. Doesn't quite find the second barrier, and now SLU has it on the offense.
Good strike forward from Wiggly, getting it away from Coin, but unfortunately Vega does fall again. They are just not letting this man breathe.
But Wiggly does find a way to get that second barrier, 2 barriers to none lead, and Vega has respawned. So we'll see what GMU can do to try to take a lead in this set.
And Coin's
they get the power play now as they take down Coin.
Great passing, but even greater defense from Zoro. But they're not giving up the offense yet. Coin is back. They're still trying to work it up.
Yeah, they're going to see what they can do. They're not quite able to get into that triangle formation yet, and SLU has them on the back foot, but that barrier is still standing. Spartan has not let it go down.
Vega once again in the danger zone. And a burst from Trademark
with the flip KO.
And there goes the goalie. 2 kills from SLU. Wiggly's going to do all they can, but it's probably just not going to be enough.
Yeah, good try from Wiggly, but it's tough.
Very good
wanted to step up, get ahead of those passes, but he goes down. Not quite able to do it.
Yeah.
2-1 lead for SLU in the second set. We'll see if GMU can fight back to try to tie this up.
We're seeing a lot of kills coming out, but neither team took pummelers or siphoning ones, so they're just doing this much damage.
Yeah, it's just pure stagger and mispositioning that's making it happen. Not
Mm-hmm.
really the awakenings. Vega trying to get down this corner, but Zoro will not let it happen. Wiggly cuts the pass off the black hole. Great job there. Vega trying to find the second barrier with GMU's goal open. But Trademark doing a good job stepping back to help his goalie out. Dubuwal gonna try to keep it on that side, but Coin finds the right angle. Zoro flips it, and that's what we talked about with that offensive potential from your goalie. Just finds goals that you wouldn't normally expect.
Because, you know, usually if you see a goalie with flip, first thing most people generally think of is it's going to be a lot harder to score. They're not thinking about how they're going to get scored on by that flip.
Yeah, absolutely. Zoro knows when to use it on defense and when to use it on offense, and he gets them the second set control there. And it's a 2-0 lead for SLU on their map pick of that lap. You're going to see a second spark with agility for Zoro, which is going to let him be even more aggressive and push up when he wants to with that extra speed and cooldowns on his secondary.
So definitely, if Zoro can get a full spark build going, even if GMU can win this round, Zoro gets another spark, it's probably just going to be too scaled for GMU to really just keep up with that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's sort of hedging that even if they do lose this, he's going to be ahead of the scaling game.
Yep.
SLU finds a quick 2 barriers here. You see now, it had been Vega getting bullied, but now both forwards really low on HP, not able to step up and cut that pass, and Point puts it in with the primary.
That was, you know, just overall really good plays coming out from SLU. And I'm really hoping GMU can find their footing again, because, you know, occasionally they've been having these signs of life, being able to, you know, get a goal or get both barriers. So they have the potential, and I believe in it.
Yeah, they have it in them here. They're making some good opportunities there, not quite able to find the second barrier, but a great pass from Spartan sends it up to Vega, who's low on health. Gonna try to find the barrier before he goes down, and he does. Open goal for SLU. Down goes Vega.
He's doing a great job of trying to stay alive there, but there's only so much you can do for so long. Especially against SLU, who are just so good at securing these kills. They are back.
Even with the goal open, Zoro just so comfortable to step way forward, especially with all the speed he has from that spark build he has going.
Absolutely insane speed, just letting him run like up and down that goal box several times before the ball even gets to him.
Vega with some great dribbling. Spartan with the flip and finds the angle into the corner. The eject button was there, but Zoro wasn't quite able to get there in time.
He may have a lot of speed, but it just wasn't enough that time.
Great opportunity from Spartan. You know, those aren't going to happen too often with a Dubu goalie, but any way you can find a goal against them, you're happy, and they've tied this third set up. Great flop from Spartan to stop it right in front.
That must have been like a pixel away from hitting that barrier.
Yeah, that's a player who's been, you know, practicing on that Dubu even more, and you know, he looks comfortable on it here. I think even when SLU has scored, you know, you haven't really seen too many mistakes from them. It's just SLU being a well-oiled machine on offense. But as I say that, GMU throwing some offense of their own as they get the goal open here. Spartan trying to clear it out of the corner. Both SLU players in front of him. He stops it at first, but now they find the barrier. Can he clear it out? Try to take a lead in this third set. Zoro stepping up, misses the Giga Blast. It goes off the black hole. SLU still in control of the core as Zoro pushes up with that flip, but doesn't find it. Hook on Vega. He's low, but he pushes in and puts it in. A 2-1 lead in this third set for GMU.
That goal right there is honestly kind of just a checkmate situation. You've got Rasmus coming in with the spin move he does, and the now little drone 9. Just no matter which way you hit it, it's getting hit back to you.
Yeah, and as we were talking about GMU looking to find, you know, a rhythm with their offense, and they have these last 2 points, it's been exactly what you would hope for. It's exactly what they need, and they find another 2 barriers here and a chance to take this 3rd set.
Oh,
I'm not
both
sure exactly what
Rasmuses going
yeah,
down.
it's gonna be a 2v2 now. Spartan passing to Wiggly. I mean, neither now has too much scoring ability, so it's probably just gonna be timed out here, but Trademark does manage to find a barrier while they're down. Vega pushing ahead, trying to get the goal. They would love to close this set out here and not go to a 0.5. It's rolling around the black hole. 4 players get hit with that. Spartan has a flip, uses it, tries to go to that corner angle he found earlier. Zoro was ready for it. Vega winning a lot of these strike wars in the midfield against Coin, which is not easy. Core is moving quickly now.
Oh,
Coin puts
unfortunate
it in the
ult.
corner. Yeah, the ult was just a tad bit late. Both goals open. Vega trying to find the opportunity. Sends it down to Wiggly into the corner. Vega gets stunned, so not able to put it in. Zoro with the flip, but Spartan's ready for it. Vega puts it in. Great passing from GMU, and they find themselves a set here.
That core was flying there at the end. But they were just able to just gradually work that ball up the field a little bit, and they just got it right back into that bottom corner.
I believe someone does have team player on GMU, so that certainly helped there. You see the spark of leadership shows up, and someone's likely going to have to deny that from Zoro, and they do. That would have just been a death sentence if they let it get to him. So unfortunately, Dubu not able to find much for themselves.
Yeah. Because, spark of focus, spark of agility, if they let Zoro get that spark of leadership, suddenly everyone on the team's fast, everyone has more cooldowns. It just would have been over. They wouldn't have had a chance anymore.
I do love the build Spartan has here going. He has the glass cannon for speed. He has a spark of focus with his own leadership and the team player. So he has passing, he has some movement speed for himself. I do like what Spartan has here going, and he's been playing great. But as I say, SLU does get both barriers open early in this set.
Yeah. Even though GMU is not looking great right now, I do think they had the better draft. But hopefully we'll get to see them be able to use that, though.
Yeah, they go down. Wiggly Wobbly goes down early in that set, and Zoro, as aggressive as ever, pushes in and puts that into the corner. This is SLU's map pick, and GMU, that is a tough angle around the black hole and finds both barriers.
Oh. Yeah, just a little bit more speed.
The core is going slow, but Spartan couldn't quite get there.
Yep. Just either, if they had flop or just a little bit more speed, they could have gotten there. That was such a close angle. They're taking both barriers. Once again, great quick offense. And a kill on Zoro into a goal. All right, GMU showing they're down, but they're not out yet.
Yeah, GMU with some fight in them. They're going to see if they can tie this up. They had a great rhythm going back in that 3rd set, but not quite able to here, as you see Zoro pushing all the way to the first barrier right off the kickoff. And GMU punishes it. They get 2 quick barriers.
Great
Wiggly Wobbly pushes it into the corner.
Shut out that little drone and just snuck it right by. It's always fun to watch.
Job by GMU, and they have a chance to get this. Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
The drone moves so
Great job
slow,
by Wiggly Wobbly. Yeah.
It sure can be impactful.
It's like watching a car crash.
Yeah.
So GMU a quick 2 points, and they have a chance to bring this to a set 5 on SLU's own map pick. Yep. Vega looking, hits the barrier. Spartan's there to clean it up. Vega pushing in, just misses the stun. Great job by Zoro to get out of the way. But GMU has 2 barriers up still. Zoro's fighting for his life.
Oh,
great save 5. There, but Wiggly Wobbly. Wow, we're going to go to a set 5 on this first map. Great resilience from GMU to find those last 2 sets, even down 2-0 in this 4th set, and they roar back 3 points, and we're going to a set 5.
Yep. GMU's offense have definitely gotten a lot stronger these past 2 sets. Their positioning is tightened up a little bit. They're cutting off those angles, and they're giving themselves all the ones that they need. and they're not letting Zoro be as aggressive as he normally would be.
Yeah, a big part of that was denying those sparks, which they do here again. Vega has to take the lone spark of strength, which isn't going to be great for him, but it was just too dangerous to let Zoro get a third spark into his build. And, now it's just really going to come down to who performs better. I think GMU has a lot of momentum here. They found a quick 3 points there, but they start on the back foot at this point.
And
But as I
think
say
a
that,
big
Wiggly
thing,
Wobbly finds it in the corner.
a big thing is that Vega's been staying alive. They haven't been able to find those kills and get that striker advantage that they got those first 2 sets.
Yeah, absolutely. GMU's been, having all 3 members and just doing a great job of team play, passing. Spartan's doing a great job. GMU has an advantage in this point.
Vega is in some serious danger. Man, another great goal from Wiggly, just passing it straight through both Coin and Zoro, right to the bottom corner. Even though technically Wiggly's the midfielder, they've been making some great shots on goal this game.
Yeah, a lot of scoring these last couple sets especially, and just a fantastic job as GMU cuts the pass down to Trademark there and gets an early barrier, although he will be staggered after that long hook from Coin. One barrier goes down on each side.
Now his ultimate just really making sure Vega can stay on that offensive. And goes down again.
Right as you say it, down goes Vega. The healing is not enough. But Wiggly Wobbly trying to find that barrier. They get it ahead to Coin. This is going to be tough for Spartan to hold it down, but the pass goes a little bit errant, and he buys himself some time. They do find the barrier now. Trademark has flip and is going to be looking to score with it. Spartan had it too, but can't quite get the flip in time, and Coin puts it in to tie this up.
Yep. Now, as soon as Vega fell, GMU just kind of crumbled in that 2v3 situation.
Yeah, SLU knows how to pass, knows how to take advantage of when you're a man down. And they do there. Vega with a great angle to find the 2 barriers. This is a chance GMU has to get too quick, but Spartan's flip results in an own barrier as Trademark stuffed it there. Wiggly Wobbly trying to push it in the corner. Great save by Zoro.
Great patience from Spartan, really just waiting for the angle to show itself, and it pays off.
And GMU has a chance to take this first map, SLU's own map pick, take a 1-0 lead in this series, and GMU has all the momentum as they're roaring ahead of the Billikens here. Let's see what they can do.
This would be just pretty much a historic upset if GMU is able to pull this off, because even though GMU is a really good team, SLU went undefeated this season, which was the first time ever. They have just showed up and played like no one else has. And GMU has an opportunity.
They have the goal open and they put it in.
Game 1.
GMU takes down SLU in this map 1. They take a quick lead and they have to be feeling great about this. SLU drops this first map, the 1 seed, the undefeated team. GMU, what a performance.
Absolutely insane match. They were really on the back foot that first part of the match. But moving on to the stats.
Ton of saves from Spartan, just doing a great job, and Wiggly Wobbly leading the game in goals as the midfielder. You don't typically think of now as being a heavy scoring pick. I even talked earlier about how it's going to be the Rasmus's having to do that, but Wiggly Wobbly put so many goals in that reverse sweep. Just a fantastic job. You see Zoro leading in redirects, but it's not quite enough.
Just a lot of damage coming out from both teams. Coin specifically putting in a lot of damage, just showing how they were able to get those consistent KOs on Vega. But those kind of last sets, really, they just really weren't able to secure the kills that they were, and letting GMU kind of run the field with it.
Yeah, SLU way ahead in damage all across the board, but GMU showing, core control is key, and they found those goals exactly when they needed them. Just a great job, a reverse sweep against the undefeated 1 seed. I mean, that just shows a level of resilience from GMU that few teams can say they have, and a quick 1-0 lead, and it's going to be going to GMU's own map pick of Taiko Temple now.
I wonder if we'll be seeing either team bring out the Dubu forward. It's a pick that's very popular on this map because you can just kind of cut off an entire half of the map with Dubu's ultimate. Uh, definitely, I think it's fun to watch because it makes the games a lot more chaotic. I could
Yeah,
definitely
it'll be
see either
interesting
team
to
bringing
see.
it. Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Spartan was just playing the Dubu goalie. He loves that pick right now, but we'll see if they flex that over to the forward spot with it being such a common and dominant pick on this map. It'd be really interesting to see what GMU goes for. If SLU tries to switch it up from their typical team comp that they just unfortunately lost a map on.
Yep. You know, all top teams have one thing in common: they know how to adapt. So I definitely think either the characters are gonna switch up or their strategy is gonna switch up, but I feel like SOU is definitely gonna be trying something different because they almost had it that last match, but they kind of fell apart there at the end.
Yeah, they not only had a 2-0 set lead, they had a 2-0 lead in that third set. And
Hmm.
GMU scored 3 points in a row, forces it to a fourth, and at that point, anything can happen. They had all the momentum. And I'd have to get fact checked on this. I think that might be the first map that SLU has dropped this entire season. And I mean, we saw at the Wake Forest LAN, they dominated GMU. It was
Yeah.
a best of 7, and they 4-0'd them. And they maybe dropped a set or two, but certainly not a map.
Yep.
And GMU here finds the first map in reverse sweep fashion.
Yep.
So
GMU has definitely come to play today. They're bringing their absolute best, and you just love to see it. Uh, you know, I think both teams at this point now have a shot at winning the whole thing because GMU has shown they can take down the top team. They can take at least a set. They might not win this whole thing, but even just taking this one map has been an accomplishment.
and if you remember, the tier 1 teams are seen as Lakeland and SLU. Last year GMU was the only team to beat Lakeland in the playoffs. They sent them to that losers bracket
Mm-hmm.
run that they went on for the championship. And now they get a map on SLU. So we're going to get into the second map of Taiko Temple here now. And GMU looking for the upset of the playoffs.
I live for the upset. I would love to see it happen, to be honest. But we are currently loading in to the next map on Taiko Temple. All right, here we go. Got Among Titans and Spark of Resilience to start.
Really interesting awakenings because both of them sort of have a little bit of a gambit where if all three of you take Among Titans, you don't have that speed, that size debuff, and you all have speed. If you all take the sparks, it puts the pressure on the other team to deny those sparks from you. So really interesting to see what strategy they go here. This is a sort of starting awakening where you have to be coordinated. You can't take something selfishly. You all have to be on the same page.
Yep. And as I kind of predicted, it does look like SLU is going to be trying something different here. Unfortunately, the Dubu did get banned, so we're not going to be able to see that this game. Looks like both teams are trying something a little bit different. SLU definitely looks like they're going for like a kill comp here. They've got the Era, like Era X is just kind of a classic combo. You get the damage, extra size, you get the kills, punch it in.
Yeah, they're going to be trying to funnel everything to Coin in these corners here, and they'll see if they can do it. He finds a quick barrier there, but GMU is able to get the rebound. Vega and Wiggly passing back to each other, and they find a barrier of their own.
Pretty even. Just kind of, passing it around. Wiggly once again playing a very good midfield, just supporting Spartan as their point is just trying to pummel this ball past them.
Yeah, and I didn't quite see the Awakening starts, but I think Trademark might have been the only one that took Among Titans. No, Zoro did too. So really, they're putting all their eggs in the basket of Coin.
Yep.
They want him to get in there with that size and do everything he can to get these barriers down. But GMU has the goal open. Vega uses the ultimate and puts it into the corner. Zoro not able to save that one.
Yep. Vega just really catching the ball with that Juliet ultimate, and in that situation, there is not a whole lot you can do as a goalie, unfortunately.
Yeah, really interesting to go for the Juliet pick here, and it pays off in that first round. Spartan doing a great job keeping point off with all this size, but not quite enough as he finds the perfect angle for the double barrier there.
Yep. The barrier.
GMU with a lot of momentum from that last map and getting the first point here, but if SLU can find a quick point here, they can start to stabilize, start to calm things down, you know.
Yep.
They're a composed team, but, you know, you have to be a little worried when you drop that first map when you haven't dropped on the entire year.
Yeah.
So they would love to find some momentum back, and Coin does just that, puts it into the corner with a great angle between Wiggly and Spartan.
Yep. You know, I think one thing that I've noticed from watching SLU is that once they get going, it is hard to stop them. And so if they can just find their rhythm, find what works, they can probably turn this around. I'd love to see a game 5, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Spartan able to survive the onslaught by trademarking Coin in the corner there. Ball's bouncing around. Wiggly trying to set up Vega for a dash punch, potentially for a KO, potentially for a barrier. But SLU doing a great job keeping it out of there. Coin uses the flip, but a great timing on the ult from Spartan puts him in jail. Not able to find either barrier there. You know, the Maka ults, both goalies playing it here can just find, if you have the right timing with that ult, it can completely shut down an offensive play. Put you in the cage. If you move, you'll be staggered. You might be KO'd, especially on this map with the drums. One barrier on each side now, as you see Coin bullying Wiggly Wobbly into that corner.
You know, even though Coin was doing their best to get a kill on Wiggly, they are playing now. They can just heal themselves and then run away extremely quickly.
Yeah, I think a lot of this
game, pressure.
Yeah, not letting up the pressure, but Spartan not letting them in. Great job from both goalies, from Coin as well here. Vega finds the right angle into the corner around Zoro. That's just impossible as a goalie. Spartan being patient, trying to set it up to Vega, but Coin has it in the corner. Misses the punch. Wiggly trying to get it past, but Trademark knows where to be. They get it down to Vega. Zoro has the flip ready, so not too much pressure on him yet. Vega and Wiggly passing it back and forth. They force out the flip from Zoro.
Great catch from Vega, almost able to just keep it up and get it in there. Fortunately, Jimmy's last barrier does fall. Coin carrying the ball, misses the flip though. Or is being sent back and forth because
anyone's
of these drums.
Point here. Yeah, overtime with the drums. Never know what's going to happen here.
Yep.
Vega trying to dribble it, but gets put in that Mako ult I was talking about. Great job by Zoro. Spartan tries to send it ahead to Wiggly. He was finding a lot of those goals in that last point. Not able to find anything yet here. Great clear by Spartan. Wiggly with the flip, but Trademark the counter flip, but Vega takes the rebound, says no more Trademark, and puts this round to an end. A 2-1 lead for GMU.
Vega was just saying, you know, I'm committing intellectual property theft. I'm saying no to Trademark.
That's
and
right.
Just catches the flip and sends it right back in.
Fair use kind of guy, puts an end to the Trademark. And, you know, we're going to see if GMU can find their 4th set in a row in this series. They had the reverse sweep on map 1, and they have a 2-1 lead here, but SLU able to find that first barrier.
Yep. Zoro does have the defensive flip already coming out. Unfortunately, Coin sends the ball back to his own goalie.
And Vega puts it in, finds the barrier, and the rebound off the barrier, he puts it in himself. A putback dunk there. And Vega sends them in to a 1-0 lead in this second map. GMU with 4 sets in a row on the undefeated team, formerly undefeated team SLU.
Yeah.
And what a job by GMU here.
Yep. You know, I think GMU definitely, you know, after the LAN event, you know, them coming in 2nd place, I could definitely tell, you know, many of the players were, you know, kind of being hard on themselves. They were feeling really down after such a pretty dominant showing from SLU, and I really think they were able to take those feelings, turn them around, and really just really show how good they can be.
Yeah, what a job by GMU so far. This is a pick that Mako is a great pick on this map, especially because they're trying to get that size and that scoring potential on Coin, but it's a pick that lets Zoro not quite be as aggressive as he's accustomed to when he's playing his Kai or another pick like that. You know, he has to be a little bit more defensive, which he's just as good as anyone at, but, you know, he loves to play that aggressive play style, and he's not able to do that as much with Mako.
Mako just does not
Vega
have the same
finds
movement.
the first barrier and the second. It was Wiggly getting the barriers and the goals on that first map, but Vega has shown up in this second map. Found the last 2 goals in the last set, and now finds the 2 barriers. Wiggly and Vega trying to pass to each other. Trademark cuts the pass. Great job to send it ahead there. Spartan's going to have his work cut out for him. Wiggly goes down. Spartan with the defensive flip. But Coin's menacing, pushing up with the flip.
Defense.
Vega. Spartan somehow finds the timing there and stops it. Wiggly is back alive, but the drum angle right back to Coin, and he puts it in the corner.
Some unfortunate bounces from that middle drum there. But honestly, great defense regardless from Vega and Spartan. Just really, they delayed that goal, I think, as long as you possibly could.
Yeah, in the power play, that's as much as you can hope for. They had a chance to clear it out, but just as Wiggly came back, they find the goal. And SLU with a great coordinated attack, Trademark and Coin each filling up space perfectly. Wiggly did a great job there to cut it at first, but now Coin is able to put it in, and Zoro steps up with the flip cross court and puts it down. A 2-0 lead in the second set for SLU as they try to get that momentum back.
You know, I think SLU is really starting to, you know, find their rhythm. And once they get going, GMU is going to have to adapt yet again.
Yeah, you can never get stagnant against a team as good as either of these. You know, maybe that's what happened for SLU in that first set, how they were able to get the reverse sweep. Great save from Spartan there on the secondary. Sends it up to Vega, who finds the first barrier. Wiggly with the great angle around the corner. They have it open, a little bit of a wide pass, but Vega keeps it, keeps his dribble, tries to put it in. Zoro standing strong. Wiggly not able to put it in like he was in that last map quite yet. Spartan with a great angle in the clear there, still holding strong.
Mako really using that wind box to just keep that ball from hitting that barrier. Great passes from both sides.
It's such an art, especially on this map in that corner, but now SLU finds the goal open themselves. We're nearing overtime here.
We just got to get that ball up to Vega.
Yeah, Coin with the size, able to cut that clear from Spartan, and he puts it in the corner. A quick 3-0 from SLU, and we're back tied up in this second map. And with Coin being MVP and going to be picking first, you know, we talked about how SLU with the 2 among Titans, they're really trying to get everything on this X that they can, and he's going to have first pick here and pick up the fight or flight, hopefully be able to just dribble, run circles around Spartan. That's what SLU is going to be hoping for.
Yep. The you know, the X with slick kicks, not something I've personally seen very often, but it definitely seems to be working out, and X is going to have even more speed. He's going to be throwing out that damage and then just sticking on top of people, not letting them do basically anything as he just controls the space.
Yeah, quick barrier from GMU here.
Both Vega picking up a kill.
Yeah, this is what they needed. They want to get the momentum back. SLU with a dominant 3-0 in that last set, but Vega finds both barriers here. Wiggly dribbling into the corner, not quite able to get it. Trying to get it down to Vega, but Coin with all that size on X, just not letting them pass down to him. That's going to be a struggle that GMU has to figure out an answer for. Coin is always going to be waiting to cut off those passes. So much size on the X, and they can't get it to GMU this round. To Vega, sorry, but now they do. He finds it in the corner, and a great dash punch. Goal for GMU.
Once again, another goal coming in from the dash punch with Juliet, her bread and butter. Vega's been pretty good at hitting those this game. It's been a lot of fun to watch. SLU once again shoving it in that corner, but GMU's just able to work it out slowly.
Yeah, I don't think enough can be said about the job Spartan is doing here, but down goes Wiggly Wobbly. This is going to be a tough chance. Great flip from Coin. Confirms that barrier, not leaving anything up to chance. Trying to find it now. Spartan does have flip. Doesn't have to use it yet. Vega wins the strike war there. 2 barriers to none still, so advantage to SLU in this point.
I have noticed that Coin is definitely trying to stick on top of Spartan a lot more. They're trying to cut off those angles and just try and, return that goal as soon as they clear it. But so far, Spartan's been doing a pretty good job of just barely keeping ahead of Coin.
Yeah, I mean, Coin is just kind of going to sit back there almost cherry picking. And Trademark and Zoro, all they have to do is get that core to him. He has too much size. Spartan's never going to be able to stop everything if they just keep it on Coin. But a great clear from GMU, and they find a barrier here. This is almost in overtime. Zoro with the dribble off the drum and doesn't let that go down. Vega's low on HP as well.
Oh my god!
What a play from Spartan, and another save.
Calm down, dude. Those were some insane saves. Absolutely insane.
Vega finds the barrier. We're in overtime here now, and the core is zooming. This would be an incredible round for GMU to find. They almost do Zoro with the save, but Wiggly puts it in the corner. Spartan was 300 strong there, gets it ahead to Wiggly, who's able to put it in the corner, and a 2-0 lead in this third set for GMU.
GMU is not playing around today.
They've come to play against the best in the league, and all the pressure really right now has to be on SLU. GMU, this is all house money. They get a KO, they could find a lead here, they find the first barrier. Wiggly's going to try to get it down to Vega with a dash punch. Coin doing a good job taking up space. They're not quite able to get it past Zoro, and now Coin's right up there. Spartan clears it out. The power play's over. They did find the one barrier, but it's an even round right here. Not able to find it there. Good patience from Spartan. Coin has it in that corner, which is dangerous, but a tight angle there. Spartan gets it out. Vega almost finds the barrier, but a good save from Zoro.
Coin has really been trying their best to utilize their side. And another
Vega
dash punch.
Flips and puts it in. Another set for GMU. If they can find one more, they would send SLU to the losers bracket. A quick 3-0 of their own after the 3-0 from SLU.
This could be it. This would be an absolutely insane upset if GMU is able to just reverse, not really reverse sweep, but 2-0 sweep the previously undefeated team. SLU's mental has just, they've got to stay strong here because this would certainly shake up anyone.
Yeah, they started to pull back on the rope. They started to get back. They had a 3-0 in that second set, but GMU, a demoralizing 3-0 of their own with that incredible round from Spartan. They just need 3 more points here, and they would be moving on to the Final Four on the winner's side.
Double from Coin.
There it is. That's something like that is exactly what SLU needed. They get the quick double barrier. Not able to clear it out yet. Vega goes for the dash punch, but no KO.
Almost a kill on Trademark. And almost every time Vega's gotten that kill on Trademark, it's led to a GMU goal. So it's really important that Trademark really is careful around those ledges.
Yeah, it's special just talking about the tilt factor, the mental side. SLU just has to stay composed. We saw GMU stay as composed as you could be because they reverse swept on that first set. They were down 3-0 and then 2-0. And they were able to find it. We'll see if SLU can show some mental resilience of their own. They need to get 2 sets here to avoid heading down to the losers bracket. Vega finds it in the corner and a second one. Coin sends it ahead. Spartan a little bit on the back foot, has to use the flip. A tough angle off the middle, and Coin puts it in the corner.
It was a great flip, but just a slightly off angle. It almost worked out when it bounced off of Coin's bell ringer, but it just hit the drum again and bounced right back in.
Yeah, we'll see if SLU can force this to another set 5. Coin, maybe for the first time in this game, is staggered, low on HP. He does find the now secondary to heal him up a bit. He's going to try to cook in this corner, finds the first barrier. Spartan able to clear it out for now, but Coin puts it back in that corner. Good timing for Spartan. They find a barrier of their own. Spartan having a lot of pressure put on him this round, but he hasn't let the goal get open yet.
Some great defensive plays coming out from Zoro and Trademark. I'm seeing a lot of things that SLU was doing in the first set. GMU has really started to do right back to SLU.
Yeah, I mean, GMU, it's really been a two-headed monster, not one player finding most of the goals, really. Like, every time, they're just great passing between Wiggly and Vega, great scoring from both of them. They both have been finding the angles, finding the plays. We're in overtime here now with both goals
Another
open,
dash
and
punch.
Vega finds the corner with the dash punch. Once again, Zoro had flip, but wasn't in range to use it. We're tied 1-1 in this fourth set.
You know, like you were saying, it was a great pass from Wiggly that set up a great goal from Vega. Just, Vega goes down once again.
Wiggly uses the flip to try to stall some time. SLU in the power play, haven't been able to find a barrier yet.
Oh,
One more
unfortunately,
second.
a self
And they
barrier.
actually lose a barrier of their own, and Vega is back. They have it in the corner. Zoro has flip, uses it just in time there to save the barrier. Vega's trying to push in, finds the barrier. They have the goal open to get a second point here. Spartan now on the back foot, playing defense, has the flip. Puts point in the cage. That's going to pass it ahead to Vega, who did a bit of a back pass to Wiggly there. Wiggly trying to set Vega up once again. He has it in the corner, putting the pressure on Zoro. Vega finds the KO and the point, and we have set point, match point for GMU. They could take down SLU 2-0 here.
One more goal is all they need, and they are taking down the Titan that is SLU. Vega really showing why Juliet is such a, just always a potent pick, picking up another kill on Coin, putting them in a power play situation.
And, you know, like we were talking about, Coin is what they've been putting so much into with all those size buffs. Goes down there, but GMU not quite able to convert the power play, and Coin is back. They have one barrier down. Vega finds one on that side. One barrier for each side. Still up. Neither goal open. This could be it if GMU can find this point. Vega dash punches it into the corner. They have a chance. Can GMU take down undefeated SLU?
Great clip. SLU is sweating bullets right now. I can just feel it. They need to win this set.
Cut it with a knife. GMU is ready. Vega, bit of an awkward bounce. Sends it up to Wobbly. Wobbly trying to set Vega up. Trademark doing a good job taking up space in the middle. The flip doesn't find it. Vega has the 1v1 and puts it in. GMU sends SLU to the loser's side. A 2-0 victory. What a performance. They had lost to them a few times this year already. SLU hadn't lost to anyone, but GMU finds it. Spartan is 300 strong, and they put it in. 3-1 in this last map, a reverse sweep in the first map. As we look at the stats here, I can hardly catch my breath.
I know. I am shaking right now. That was such an intense match. What an upset. Both teams played absolutely great. You know, it really could have gone either way, but GMU definitely was at the disadvantage here, and they showed up, and they showed why they're here in the playoffs.
Very similar story to last year when GMU was able to take down Lakeland, who was perceived as, you know, the favorites. And this time, they take down another Titan. GMU just knows how to get it done when the pressure is on. They're going to move on to the winner's side of this bracket again. And, I mean, just unbelievable. They'll face Lakeland next, who had a 2-0 of themselves over UTD. Our winner's semifinal will be George Mason versus Lakeland, as you see on the screen right there.
But yeah, that was a match. But moving on to take a look at the brackets coming up next.
And like I mentioned, I mean, GMU took down Lakeland last year in the playoffs, so they have to be feeling good about how this is set up for them.
But it looks like next matches are gonna be UT Dallas versus NJIT and SLU versus UCLA. Once again, all great teams.
Yeah, those will be coming up next. You know, SLU just has to stay composed. You know, they took a gut shot there, a tough 2-0 and a reverse sweep on the first set, but you know, they have to know internally they're as good as anyone. They beat everyone this year, and they have to, you know, stay in there and get back through that losers bracket. That's what they're going to be trying to do against a feisty UCLA team.
SLU has it in them to beat every team here. They've just got to find that mental again. They've got to get in that rhythm. They can't let this loss, as devastating as it may be, get to them. If they just show up, keep playing like they have, I think they can probably make another run straight back up through losers and make it back to grand finals.
Yeah, but not enough can be said about GMU. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
what a performance here. Down 2-0, we got to give the winners their flowers. Down
Yep.
2-0 in the first set, down 2-0 points in the third set. They find 3, they reverse sweep it, and then the second map in fairly dominant fashion. You know, SLU was able to find a set, but a 3-1 victory for GMU. What an upset of the tournament so far.
Yep.
And, you know, shaking up everyone's pick'ems. Nobody knows how it's going to play out now. And yeah, GMU moving on to the winner's side, and it'll be another grudge match against Lakeland, which we saw them take them down last year.
Well, definitely, that match is going to be tough as well. I was not expecting to see that match so early on in this tournament, but you know, honestly, that's a match that could decide the winner.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams will have a long break before that game. You know, they'll be able to compose themselves. But SLU will have to play up next on the other stream, I believe. And we'll have NJIT versus UT Dallas here. Another couple of teams looking to make it back.
Yeah, but congratulations to GMU. They defeated the undefeated. Also, great job to SLU as well. You guys played great. Absolutely insane match to watch. You both brought your best. You played well. And I'm hoping that both teams can continue forwards.
Yeah, what a treat it was to watch that and to cast that. We'll be right back with NJIT versus UT Dallas soon. Stay tuned. We might have more upsets, more exciting games today. SLU Championship CCL Championship Sunday continues. And, you know, we'll be right back with another game. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. And thank you for watching.
All right.